Yo, welcome back to Unplugged with Buddy Red. I'm your host, Buddy Red, and today we have a content creator creating waves within the gaming space, bringing absolutely cracked gameplay content with a main focus in Fortnite, a friendly, engaging, and interactive stream setting, as well as great gameplay shorts. WaveDefender will always have you riding a wave of emotions with each and every dub. Welcome in, bud.
How we doing? How we doing?
You want to tell us
I
about
am
yourself?
I am WaveDefender. I recently just started doing content creation on Twitch, and um boy, it's just been one hell of a ride. I mean, going from having one viewer and one follower on Twitch to, where I'm at now. I mean, it's it's wild. I never thought that I'd have the confidence to speak to even like 15, 20 people at once, and it's just been amazing. I mean, I've met so many of these amazing content creators and people who I've gotten the chance to, play games and stream with. Not you yet, but soon.
One
Soon.
day we'll get.
Hopefully Delta Force. I mean, like, that would be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
But yeah, I my main game is Fortnite, and I very much enjoy the game as like a whole, because when I first started playing, I would play with friends at like on late nights, and it was something that I was very passionate about, was being able to like connect with people across the internet and be able to basically like make memories. And joining like a Twitch community and making my own community has been an absolute dream of mine. And it's like I'm living in a dream, because when when these amazing people reach out to me and, we're talking on Discord, even though I'm terrible at answering,
True.
it's just, it's, I don't have the right words for it, because this has been a dream of mine, and it's coming to life, and learning new things is just, it's amazing. That's really all I can say. It's amazing. I have a smile on my face every single time I stream.
That is true. That is true.
I haven't had a smile on my face for the past week since, we've had PC issues, but we're up and running now with better components. But yeah, it's just a lot about me, even though he asked a little, but it's okay.
No, that's perfect. This is all about you, man. So, how long have you been creating content though? Because it feels like one day you just popped up and just appeared and like just took over.
I started making content, just little TikToks of like, very, very, very little gameplay of actually chapter 3.
Okay, so
And
you've been
I would
doing it a little
never,
while.
yeah, and I would never post them, because I was nervous about the stuff that I would post, and I was nervous about putting like myself out there, and like, you know, I was worried about how people would like judge me, because at the time I was doing it for fun, and now I'm like, the whole Fortnite community as a whole, especially on Twitch, is super competitive. And keeping up with that is something that I didn't know how hard it was until I was like in the thick of it. And when I started making content back in, it's March, my 1 year affiliation is coming up actually very soon.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's been a year so far. It's been a year. It's
Dude,
amazing.
the fact that you've only been creating content for a year is actually surprising. Like that, because I thought you had been doing it for a while, and it took me forever to find you.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that you just like appeared, and because you literally just like showed up one day, and then it was like, "Hey, here's a community." It's
Yeah.
like, that's awesome, dude.
It was
Congrats
it
to you,
was
because that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I couldn't be thankful for the people that, show support, and you've known me for a while. I'm not even like, I'm really just not about the money. I'm about like people coming together and like being able to like make memories in my chat, and like being able to interact with everybody and like mingle and like have fun and enjoy the time that they have watching me, because I know there are, you know, there are a select number of streamers who, do chat with everybody in chat, but there's also streamers out there that make millions of dollars a year, and they have hundreds of thousands of people in their chats, and it's, I think it's hard to keep up with that. Where I'm at right now, I'm very comfortable, and I'm very happy to be in the position that I am, having a good consistent 10 to 15 people always watching, and I've only heard good things. So that's the track I'm
Well, there's only good
trying
things
keep
to
on.
say about you. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't make it hard. I'll say that. So, you've always been playing games your entire life, I'm guessing? Like, you just,
Yeah.
from childhood?
Yep, console, 360, Xbox original, all the oldies, even I mean, back my first console was an Atari. I was addicted
So,
to
you're
that
old
thing.
school, old school.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, like I had the big fat TVs, with the glass fronts. I'd plug up, what do you call those cables? It was like the red, white, and yellow cable into the
Yeah,
back
yeah,
of
yeah.
that giant TV. And me and my twin, we would play Atari for 5 hours, 6 hours a day.
That's crazy.
Like we were obsessed.
So, you were born cracked on the sticks.
Yeah.
From the start of time.
Cracked on a controller. Just a simple Xbox controller.
That's awesome, dude. So, how'd you get your name WaveDefender? Because that's one I don't actually know.
It's a good question. It was actually it's a funny story. So my middle name means defender and keeper of the forest.
Okay.
And I thought that was really cool, and I thought that like really meant something to me because I'm a big nature guy. I love animals, and I love nature, and I could spend hours upon hours outside and just relax, and I love taking in like the noises of everything, and that's like where I'm calm. And then I thought, all right, so something with like defender, and then I like reached so deep in my brain, and I remember this one moment that I was about 5 years old, and it's the only real memory I have since I was 5. My mom took me to the beach, and she showed me like, and like she basically showed me how like the waves will like curl over each other, and like how that happens in the ocean. And I've always been, ever since then, every time I go to the beach, that's the only that's the one thing I hyper focus on. I just like notice how the waves curl, and I was like, wow, I'm like obsessed with waves. So I was like, Wave Defender. Actually, that doesn't sound too bad. And at first I was like, maybe it's a little cheesy. I don't know, like maybe people like won't understand it. And then I started like rolling with it, and I heard people making up nicknames like, Wave or Wavy or like Defender, and I was like, oh, okay, this like, the fact that people
it's gonna stick.
Yeah, I was like, the fact that people are coming up with things, I feel like that's kind of a good sign.
Yeah, for sure. It's a unique one too. It's like it's not one that you probably won't really find anybody else with a name like that.
No, I was very surprised when I was on Twitch and I looked up that name. I was like, you know what? Maybe someone will have something Defender, or like maybe it's already taken. So at first I didn't even go for the name. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like make my TikTok that name, and we'll just stick with it. And then I went on Twitch, and it was my real name with the word "just" in front of it, and it was literally just Derek, and that was it. I was like, I'm sticking with that. Like maybe that'll catch. And then I was like, you know what? I don't like it. So I went on, and sure enough, that name was available, and that's where it all started.
That's awesome, dude. So, what was your username like growing up though? Like what was your Xbox name?
My Xbox name was Blink Twice.
So you just like shit on kids so hard that they're like, it's like you gotta blink twice.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, you know what? If I'm in Call of Duty and I'm on like a terrible console, and I actually like, I'll hit a quick scope or something, they usually are like,
That's
hold
great.
on, they'll like double take. So I was like, I was trying to come up with something unique, but again, that was like when I was really young, and I just like came up with the idea of Blink Twice, and it stuck. And I made everything that name. I mean, I made my Gmail that name. I made my Xbox name that name, and then I did like my Discord and my Snapchat and my Instagram. And then I was like, okay, hold on, this is getting like way out of hand. I don't think people understand like where this is coming from, because they see the name like Blink Twice and they're like, oh, that sounds so console-y, or like
it's a very gamer,
yeah,
like stereotypical.
yeah, exactly. It's a very gamer typical name.
I like it though. I mean, you still play like that. Like still make people blink twice anytime you
Yeah.
just shit on them in Fortnite. So I know I'll tune into stream and I'll blink twice. I'm like, holy shit, what did he just do?
Yeah, I mean, there are even times where I'm playing Fortnite and I surprise myself. And you know what I always get is people always think that I'm on mouse and keyboard, and
Dude,
they figure out I'm on controller, and they're like,
was it
"What?"
Was it last week when I found out you were on console?
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, or not
yeah.
console, but controller. I was
Controller.
like,
It literally a simple Xbox controller. I mean, this is the one I've been using now. This is like my nice custom one that I made for myself that looks like my character and everything, and then it has like the insignia on it. And I just like I haven't been. I see a lot of people spend a lot of money on like the customized controllers with like the back buttons and everything, and it's. I always tell my friends, I'm like, if I could, I would buy a what's it called, like an adapter for the GameCube controller and plug it in to my computer
you're one of
and use
those
that in
guys.
Fortnite. Oh yeah, like I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could remap the buttons, make it like so it's just so cool because controllers back then were made to last. And
that is true.
you know, behind me is a controller graveyard. It is, I mean, there's probably 6 or 7 controllers back there that either have stick drift or just don't turn on anymore. And it's not, I don't throw them, I don't rage. It's they just like, I'm too rough with them. Yeah,
I
like
mean, it's like the Switch controller.
exactly.
I
The
think
more
drifts
you
after
slide
like
it
2
in,
months.
and yeah, it's insane. It's that's literally the reason why I bought this. And again, I'm hard on Xbox. I love Xbox controllers. I'm not a PlayStation person, but goddamn, does this feel nice. Like, especially when I'm playing with it just for fun. Like, I don't stream with it just because I know for a fact that I will mess up something. But if you were to see my desk right now, it is controller, 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 controller. I have one for
That's
each
crazy.
game. I have one for Fortnite, one for Rocket League, one for like Call of Duty. Actually, I haven't played Call of Duty in a while, but I actually recently downloaded the new one, Black Ops 6, and whoa, it's competitive. It is a different level of sweatiness.
See, I haven't touched a controller since 2018, probably.
So you've
Outside of
been
like exclusive, like outside of like when Last of Us was exclusive, I don't think I've touched a controller since then.
like
Besides
all mouse and
Switch.
keyboard.
Yeah. Besides
Wow.
the Switch, yeah, it's
Yeah.
been all mouse and keyboard. When Fortnite dropped, and I had just gotten my gaming PC because I wanted to get into like this content stuff, and didn't know what I was going to do. I was a big Pokemon guy, but didn't have like the 3DS like capture card stuff because you had to send that off and pay like $100 to get that made.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to stream. So the first thing I actually ever streamed was Fortnite. I learned mouse and keyboard on Fortnite. That was fucking hell. Trying to learn how to build and play on mouse and keyboard. But yeah, so I don't. But ever since then, I was like, well, I've already switched over. I want to make this thing work. So I haven't touched the controller since.
I impulsively bought a very expensive keyboard with like programmable buttons, and you can like switch the keys out and everything. I was like, oh, I'm totally gonna get into like keyboard and mouse. Like, I'm gonna do it. Like, everything's gonna be fine. And then I grabbed a controller. I started playing Fortnite again, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's just not gonna work. I'm not there yet. I see actually a good buddy of mine now is Lucid Ghost.
Yeah.
He has learned mouse and keyboard so fast, and I've been seeing his new TikTok clips, and I'm like, he is going to be unstoppable.
Oh, dude, he's a different beast. He's insane.
He is insane. It's crazy. I mean, I watch him play on like his TikTok lives, and I'm like, you're playing on keyboard and mouse, aren't you? And he goes, oh yeah, always now. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like hitting the same shots he would with a controller.
He's absolutely nuts. I had to ask him last season when I saw his level, and I was like, dude, what color is grass? Do you know? I was like, have you ever seen grass in your life?
He's like, I don't even know what that is.
I think he said blue or something. You know?
Yeah. He's like, grass is blue. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, he's absolutely cracked at the game. It's insane. He's just good, like cracked at anything, really. I would hate to see him on any other game.
I know.
Like, thankfully he sticks to Fortnite, because if he was any of the games I've been playing recently, I wouldn't know what I'd do.
I would honestly just be like, Alt F4, goodbye.
Probably. Like,
Not doing
that's
it.
really the only choice. You're not winning.
No, no. I mean, even when I 1v1 him, he is so fast with his like turning motions now that, I saw him the other day. I think it was like a month ago. He 1v1 someone that was like talking shit in his lobby, and they just like came into the stream and were just like mean and nasty. And Lucid was like, "Okay, 1v1 me then." And he did it and completely outshined on that person. I mean, I was full on jumping on my bed, screaming, being like, "Let's go! Get
That's
shit on!"
great.
It was amazing. Just that moment that I saw him do that, I knew he like felt good about it, and I was like, I'm gonna make him feel even better about it because he just absolutely killed it.
See, I wish I had the skill set to when kids came into chat. I'm like, all right, let's go. But like, half these kids probably could shit on me if we're being honest. But like, you can't do
You
that
and
to
me
Blizzard.
both. No, you
What do you
can't.
mean both? You could, dude. You could shit on half these kids too.
I don't know, dude. There, I have met some of these like TikTokers who they're just a different breed, dude. And that's why I keep, first of all, keep upgrading my hardware. I keep upgrading like my, like my mentality of like when I go into a game, I can't hide. I can't hide
Yeah,
because
W
if
key.
I hide, it is always W keying. Because if I hide, the second a sweaty player or a Twitch streamer or anybody who is competitive at that game sees me, they'll just chase. And it won't stop because then I will run and then most of the time I will die. So anytime that I see shooting or like anytime that I see like any type of noise or people running, it's like I will, I'll go after that person and hopefully I can make like a sick play out of it, especially like on Twitch. Like I try to show off, but when I'm off stream, I like it's practice, 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 practice. Like I've done so many of these custom lobbies. Like I did a Zemi lobby where it's just all aiming. And I've been doing that
Yeah.
every single day. Like either, right before stream or on my off days, which is today. And I will just consistently try to get better and better and better. And I've gotten allegations that I have some sort of like cheats on my computer. Like I'm like,
See that?
why?
That
Like,
should just make you feel good though.
yeah.
Like hell yeah, I do. It's called
Like
me.
if I had some sort of cheat on my computer, me personally, I would get so guilty. I would probably just tell everybody. And I'd be like, I'm cheating. Like I'm cheating. But I don't. I'm a legit player and I swear to God. I swear to God. I promise. For anybody who's watching, I do not cheat.
Definitely looks like it sometimes, but he doesn't cheat. He hit some crazy stuff. Where do you think it all began for you though? With the content creation and stuff, like how long have you been like watching content? Who did you watch? What got you into wanting to create content and all that?
So I first started watching people on YouTube, and the first creator that I actually sat down and like watched their content was Vanos Gaming. His crew of H2O Delirious, I basically do work, Terrorizer, all of those people, they used to do these mini games in Gary's mod. I don't know if you're familiar with that game.
Yeah.
That game was one of my favorite games as a child, and I had this Toshiba laptop that would not and could not run that game, but I made it run. I literally turned all the graphics down. I made it run. And I would spend when I first did that, I would watch these videos by Vanos and I would try to recreate those like scenarios with my friends, and we would just laugh and laugh and laugh. And it was, some nights we would pull an all-nighter and play Gary's mod all night because of watching these videos. And I think that's where my love for like creating content and entertaining like really sparked. And it was like not long after that I got my first console, and I started, anything that I would, be proud of in a game, I would clip it, and then I would share it with all my friends, and they would share with their friends, and it just like became like a really like fun thing to do. Like every weekend we would all get together and we would even like get on like a Skype call, and we would all watch the same video. We would like wait till everybody's on the Skype call, and then we'd start it, and then we'd all like, you know, watch the new Vanos videos. I would wake up on like a snow day when I needed, like, I didn't have any school, and I would sit down and watch these YouTube videos all day. And you know, maybe it wasn't that good for my brain to do that as like a child,
It's fine.
but
We all have a little bit of brain rot.
yeah. And you know, I needed that escape, because one of the things for me was, and actually one of the things that really sparked my interest in like content creation was I would go to school, and I have major ADHD. Major. So I would hyper focus on one thing, and then I would hear someone say something, and then I would hyper focus on that, and it was just all over the place. So me as like a learner in school was not I was not very easy to teach. And I think I can say that for a lot of my friends who struggled with the same thing. And our escape was creating and like making these, like remaking these videos, because it would like spark new ideas, and like it would make me like think, you know what, like maybe in the future, like if I ever get, you know, a good enough computer, maybe I could like, you know, play new games, maybe like make a YouTube video, start a YouTube. Like I came up with so many ideas. I would like be in 3D paint, and I would be making my own like channel art, and it just sparked out of nowhere. And if you saw it now, you'd be like, all right, that's like a little cheesy, but like, you know, I was 10 years old, and I was obsessed with YouTube, and I was obsessed with maybe I wasn't 10, maybe I was a little bit older, but I was just obsessed with the fact that people were like making content, and I was like, I really want to do that. And that's like really where it started, when I was really, really young. I just, ever since then, I was like, I really want to be good at entertaining, and I definitely want people to enjoy watching the stuff that, you know, I put out, because I really enjoy it. And, you know, in reality, that's all that matters. I very much enjoy you know, the content that I put out, and you know, it makes me smile even when I'm like alone. I'm like, I'll rewatch my videos over and over and over. I'm like, I did that. Like I did something like that, and I created that, and I was able to edit it, and like, you know, it's so hard to speak about it, and I get emotional, because it's really it's really a big step for me, and it's been a huge goal of mine to like actually create content for a bunch of people. It's such a good feeling, and it's such a good feeling to hear good feedback in the comments, and it's really nice to see, you know, you and Killer and Jackie and everybody comment, you know, on my YouTube and my TikToks, and be like, hell yeah, like that was such a cool clip. It just, even like the little comments is just so, it's, I don't even know the right word. I can't even think of the right word. It's like intoxicating, because when I see those comments, I'm like, I just go into a new world. I'm just like, you know what? I have a new idea. I have an even better idea. And then I see other content creators do that, and I'm like, oh my god, I have an even better idea. It's amazing, dude. It's been so much fun. I have no words.
I mean, you starting it from that just drive for content creation, I think definitely comes across in all your content. Just like your love for it. And, you know, when you're 10 years old doing it for fun and all that stuff, sure. Looking at it now, like you said, you probably kind of cringe, probably looks pretty shitty. I mean, you're doing it in MS Paint. It's not going to look good.
No,
but
no.
With that, you're still getting that creative outlet, because I also have ADHD, so I understand like having like hyper focusing on that, like that escape. And then because I was the same way, like ever since I was, you know, 10, 12 years old, whatever, watching YouTube. I wasn't much into the gaming space until I was probably into high school for the YouTube side of it. But like I was still watching content creators. I was watching like Charles Trippy do vlogs and stuff like that, or like all those like OGs. And so like as a kid, I would walk around with like one of my stepdad's old like shit cameras and like vlog myself like talking to absolutely nothing. never
Absolutely.
did anything with it, but that drive was always there until I actually got the ability to make content.
Yeah.
And that outlet is just like, especially for you, like it shows how much you care and about the passion of it. Where you are from day one to where you are now, your content's already evolved and changed to something. It was good when you started, but
Yeah.
now it's like even better, even more watchable. So even more people are coming in, and it's
Yeah.
forever evolving and getting better. I think the biggest thing is that even though like you're getting better at the editing, at the creating content as you're learning,
Yeah.
but your care of what you're making and the joy of what you're making really comes through.
Yeah. One of the biggest things for me is like learning new things and like constructive criticism. And uh one of the one of the streamers that I recently met, I think you know him, Kiffer.
Yeah,
He
yeah, he was on the podcast.
he is he is. That's right. I saw that. I saw that. He like sat down with me in a Discord call and he was like, do you like can you see your TikToks, right? And I was like, yes. And then he was like, do you see mine? And I was like, yeah, they look super high quality. I'm like, I'm not sure how you're doing that. I'm not sure like what editing software you're doing. And he goes, you're pulling them off of Twitch, aren't you? And I go, yeah. And he goes, I'm going to set you up with something, which all it was an overlay in OBS that records in the background that all I do is press a button and it records the last minute of what happened. I started doing that and I went back on like in the videos and I noticed that the pixelation in each of the videos was like way higher res. The video was in 60 FPS. It didn't like diminish and my face wasn't like super blurry. And I was like, wow, this is a little bit different. Like, I wonder what changed. And he goes, that's because you're directly pulling the video from OBS and you're putting it directly to your hard drive. You're not taking it from an online source and then you download it, which is compressing that video, and then you're trying to upload it again, which is compressing it again to your phone, and then you're uploading it to TikTok, which is compressing it again. Instead, you're taking one step and you have it on your computer, and then you're only compressing it maybe a little bit one time right to your phone. And I've noticed already that people have like taken notice on how my TikToks look now versus then. And one of the bigger things was Kif was like, why don't you like just change little things? And I told him, I was like, it's scary. Like, it's scary to change things.
It
I
is,
don't want
yeah.
people to, I want people to come back. I don't want people to be like, oh, this is new. I don't like new. I'm afraid of new. And I get the same way. Like, I saw, when I first started watching Bush season, his camera was set up in a way that looked like normal to me. And then he changed it to the way that I have, like, or I changed my camera the way that he has it now. But when I first started watching him, it was like more in front of him. And when he changed it, I was like, whoa, this is like different. Like, I like it, but I'm also like, it was something in my brain that was like, this is different. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I got used to it and I started, watching him more. But that type of change for other people, I know is like very odd and it can throw people off very quickly. So I warned Kif about that. And he was like, I'm going to make it so that it's super simple and super easy and you're going to love it. And sure enough, showed me everything that I need to have. And as soon as I did it, I was even more happy about streaming than I was, when I had all the simplified, WaveDefender and the box. He added this awesome overlay in the background, and in my TikToks, it's like a blurred background, and it's like right where I can see it, and it shows me that recording that's been sent. And I wasn't at that moment. I was like, wow, I'm not afraid to like kind of evolve or like change. And he's a big reason why I've upped my game in content creation, because one of the things that I very much enjoy is the way that he talks to his audience. It's exciting, it's very fun, and you get involved. You feel like you're with him playing that game.
Yeah,
And
that is true.
that's kind of where I've been trying to go, is like where people are, That's why I like to show off a little bit when I play Fortnite, because I'm like, you know what? I want to put people right there. I want to like make sure that people see that and they enjoy it and they're like mind blown when they see it. But
That's awesome, dude.
yeah,
Gift's great, and his just like welcoming friendliness of just helping other content creators, like he helped you, he's helped me in the past.
yeah.
You know, our DMs are buried beyond more DMs.
Just questions.
Oh yeah, there's just so much discussion that goes back and forth. I think you brought up a good point of like the fear of change, because I definitely know that there's plenty of things that's on my laundry list. I just mark down every day. I'm like, ooh, I should do this to improve this. But do I like half the stuff I don't ever do or get around where I started? I'm like, I don't know, because this change is scary. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And the good thing though is like if you do the change, people are like, don't like it. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
let's scale it back. But
yeah.
it's never a bad thing to experiment with new things as well.
Yeah, I've definitely been trying to put myself out of my own comfort zone, and it has proved time and time again to be successful. And you know, all the people that I've met during this whole journey have really pushed me to think about things differently, and also adapt to the competitiveness of Twitch streaming. You know, like I see, you know, what I love to see is all of you guys just like everybody's doing this and then this and then this and then this. It's such a wonderful feeling, because I love to see people succeed, and I love to see the people that I love succeed, and watching that before my eyes, especially someone who perfect example was Jackie. I first started watching her when she had, 600 followers. I mean, she's at 3,000. And
yeah, she's exploded. It's awesome to see.
She's just exploded, and it's because she's gotten out of her comfort zone, and that's where I've been trying to push myself, is getting out of my comfort zone and feeling more alive and free doing that, and more comfortable doing that, so that I can change and adapt with the whole Twitch journey that I've been on so far.
The ever evolving journey that is Twitch and content creation in general, because especially now, dude, like not only do we have to evolve with Twitch, because I'd say that we're all streamers first and then content creators for the most part, because I mean it's fun. Streaming is really fun. You get that gratitude, is that a word? I don't know. You get that dopamine like right away.
Dopamine, yeah.
Because you're actively talking to people in chat, like you're actually getting that response, and you don't have to post something and wait. Like, all right, I'll wait 12 hours to see if anybody's even given half a second to watch it. But so yeah, it is, and then plus we repurpose our content and stuff like that as well, which is most of our uploaded content for the shorts and all of that. But to not only do we have to evolve with Twitch, we also have to evolve with TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and whatever else is out there. Have you dabbled with long form content at all, or has it just mostly been like shorts?
So actually, I do have a new YouTube video coming out.
Okay.
And it's actually with my Omen partner, Meg, who
nice.
We started doing this new thing on Tuesdays where we'll get together and we'll record a couple challenges, and we'll pick from those challenges to like edit down and like kind of be like, we're very picky with what we choose, because the stuff that we're recording sometimes doesn't go the way that we think it's gonna go. So just a little sneak peek, we did this thing called the One House Challenge. So you land in Fortnite, and you have to only get weapons and heals and everything from that one house. Mm-hmm. And then once you're away from that house, the only thing you can pick up is movement and heals. That's it. You can't pick up another. You literally cannot pick up more weapons at all. And
that's tough.
It is so difficult. And at first I was like, easy challenge. Like, you'll get something good in a house. There was like 5 recordings of each 30 minutes where we both landed, and it was all SMGs. There were no shotguns, no ARs, no nothing. It was just all SMGs. We were like looking at each other through Discord, and we were like, what is happening? What is going on? Like, why we can't even make anything happen. So we were like, actually, this would be really funny. I feel like people would enjoy this. So people will definitely, I hope my community is able to see it, because I'm going to be posting like little shorts after it's posted, so that people can see like little highlights of it and everything. And then we have like a bloopers video that's coming out that is so, I mean, it's all raw. Like it's so raw, and it's raw emotion, and it's genuine content. Nothing is like faked. It's just fun, fun times to watch, and I do hope people enjoy it.
I'm actually
really
really
do.
excited to see that. That sounds
Yeah.
really entertaining.
Yeah. We're very excited to post it. I think hopefully, I think this Thursday it will be posted, or Friday.
Okay,
Thursday or
sweet.
Friday. So it'll be great.
All right, I'll definitely put that on my calendar to check out.
Mm.
I mean, I subscribe to you, so it should pop up.
Yeah, for sure.
That's super cool. So with that though, with all the content stuff we've been talking about, you're always trying to level yourself up. You're always consistently trying to improve. But what do you believe that it is that brings people back to your content?
My charming face.
I mean that's what brings me back, if we're being honest.
I have been told that and honestly, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say what I think. I think it's because I try very, very hard to be myself. And in the beginning, I wasn't being myself. I was very nervous, and I was, kind of like shielding my true self away from everybody. And I think what's brought people back was once I started changing things and people started seeing a little more energy in the beginning of stream, getting ready for it. Like now I do this new thing where I'll play a song before the stream, and I'm making a new Discord like section where it randomly will choose a person in my Discord or in my community. They can pick a song from the thousands, whether it's like R&B, hip hop, whatever it is, and I play it at the beginning of my stream.
That's
and
cool.
We do emote only chat, and everybody just has a good time in the beginning. We dance, we sing, it's great. And I think for me, like being able to be myself in front of, I won't call them strangers, but like, they are.
They're strangers.
You know,
You don't know them on a personal level. You know them
Yeah.
as gamer names, and
Yeah.
that's about it usually.
and not saying that the people that I've met, I haven't gotten closer with. It's more just like, I've never met them in real life, so I just refer to them as like a stranger. But I also, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna retract that. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. I have a lot of friends who now know me as, Derek, and it's great because I know them on a little more of a personal level, to the point where I'm comfortable. So that's why I started being comfortable with my streams, and that's why I started doing more of like content revolving being myself. And once I started doing that, I started seeing more familiar names pop up and more familiar faces on Follower Fridays, and more people asking to play. And it's overwhelming. It's like I have so much joy when people come back and they're like, I really do enjoy your content. And I have a lot of people who will, make fun of me in stream, but I have those channel points on purpose. But when it comes to like being serious and they really want to, say something genuine about me, it has me very emotional, and it's, like I said, it's very overwhelming, and I can't thank it's so hard to thank every single person that has gotten me to the point now where I feel free to be myself, and I feel free to enjoy what I do and not have to like lock an emotion away from everybody, so that when they start seeing it, they're excited to, sing with me. They're excited to dance with me. They're excited to, come back and watch something entertaining. And I think that's a really big thing, is that being myself was something that people did not see. So when they saw that, they were like, wow, like, maybe he doesn't suck. Maybe he's not just good at Fortnite. Maybe he has a good personality. But I'm just kidding. No, I think everybody knows me to have a pretty good personality, and
Yeah, for sure.
being myself was definitely a big thing for me. So when I started doing that, I started seeing those familiar people, and it's overwhelming. It is. It really is.
I mean, everything you said though is like, people come back for the streamer. Granted, some people found you because of Fortnite, and some people might, if you happen to be like, all right, I'm done with Fortnite, never touch it again, I'm going to move away. There would be some that are like, all right, well, he's not playing Fortnite. That's the only thing I only content I consume because that's just how people are. They might trickle away from your content, but even if that happened, people would always remember you. You still impacted those people's lives, and they always came back to your content, and it's because of you. Like your personality is just so addictive, almost like it. I like when I see your name pop up, say when you went live, I almost always like I have to immediately click in. So and half the time, like most of the time, I don't even chat when I'm in yours. Like I'm a big
Yeah, you're
lurker just
just
in general,
watching.
but like
Yeah.
I just love like your addictive, like caring, nice personality. I love seeing you in other people's chats within the communities. Like you've only been creating content for a year, and you've achieved all these accomplishments for a reason. And you've I mean you're here for like you're where you are because of you. And sure, you do all this other stuff outside of the stream. You always are trying to find ways to level up your content, but you being you is also the reason why you are where you are.
Yeah. I mean, hearing that from somebody is, like I said, is very overwhelming because I've always had that personality that I go out of my way to care for somebody. And as you've seen in Jackie's chat and other people's chat, I do have a gifting subs addiction. It
Yes,
is true.
that is true.
It is true. I think so far in Bush Season's chat, I have 670 something subs.
Jeez.
Now, that is because I will watch him on my off days. I will have him on my second monitor and I will watch him for hours because he is genuine, he's entertaining, and then I'll start pulling up other people's streams. Like I'll pull up Jackie's, or I'll pull up Kiffer's, or I'll pull up yours, or I'll pull up like even the other day I had all of your TikToks on my second monitor, and I'd be like watching a video or playing Fortnite, and I'd be scrolling through and I'd be listening. And one of the videos that I really listened to, which honestly it did make me sort of cry, was when you did an interview with Killer, and
That was a really good episode.
he said something that really shocked me because I've always looked up to him. I've always seen how funny and just such a good-hearted soul that he is. Watching his streams and the way that he like reacts to everybody is something that I've always wanted to do, and I didn't want to like copy it, but I wanted to like learn how he does it and how he talks to his chat. And when he said I'm not going to quote it because I don't think this is the exact quote, but he said, I don't want to be Killer TTV. I want to be like WaveDefender or Lucid Ghost. And it made me almost like I froze for a second because I was like, I've never heard someone else say that they want to be like me. Because I thought that he had the impression that I wanted to be like him. Because
Right.
every time we're in chats together, he's so funny. He's just
He's
so funny,
hilarious.
and the way that he goes about how he talks. Also, sorry, I have to say this: your tattoos are sick. Okay. Anyway,
Thank you.
back to what I was saying. All right. Well, now, okay. Now I got two obsessions. All right. You got your nice hair and you got your nice tattoos. God damn it. All right. God damn it.
Hey, you got the womb room though. So.
Yeah. Um. It was so crazy to hear someone say that. I didn't know what emotion to feel because I was like, why would someone else want to be me, when I'm just me? Like, I feel like, not saying that I'm nothing special, but in my own head, I'm like, I'm not like something, like, I'm not someone who's like, crazy and out of their mind in Fortnite. But hearing that he kind of like looks up to me as like a player in that game was huge because it not only made me feel like I've been more of myself and I've also like pushed to be better, but it just like I don't know, it kind of made me sad because I look at Killer and the way that he plays Fortnite is so strategic. And
Yeah, it is.
he always says And I hate when he says this because it hurts me every time when he says that he sucks at Fortnite, because he doesn't. He does not. And he creates content on Fortnite like I've always wanted to, whether I'm good or bad. Like the way that he goes about after he gets killed, he says something so out of the ordinary, like so super funny. And I'm like, why can't I think of that? I start crashing out being like, screw that person, or like fuck that person. And then, I kind of like think back and I'm like, what would have been a better response? But I can't say that because I'm on stream, and I'm like, oh my god, why did I say that? And I know for a fact that people, I've noticed this, is that when I'm actually mad at the game, people end up like being like, okay, we're gonna give him a break, and they'll swipe up and they're like, no, let's give him a break. So I've been definitely trying to keep my cool, and definitely, like I said, just trying to be myself. But I sort of forgot the question that you
I kind of did too,
before.
honestly. But
I feel like this is like a good moment to just talk about things. I've got so much on my mind.
This has been great, dude. But I think like you bring it up that you as like us content creators, we're always looking at everybody else and like, ooh, what can I take? Like, how can I prove myself by looking at this guy and looking at this guy, looking at how she interacts with her chat, and all that. Always trying to improve ourselves. But little do we know, half the time, or probably never really think about it. People are looking at us saying, ooh, what are Buddy and Wave doing that I can take and improve myself? And it's crazy to hear things like that. And it's like, because you're always thinking like, this guy is so much better at me than that in this way, but never thinking about how they're looking at you saying, this guy does this better than I do. How can I improve in this aspect?
I think that I really do think that's something that stumps me every single time, is that, when I get the comments being like, or like even the other day when I was talking with Kiff and we were doing like strategic plays in Fortnite, and he just started explaining. He was like, I want you to kind of play like, play like you're trying to protect me, and if we do the same, then we will play like really, really well together. And I started like switching up my gameplay when I play duos, and I've noticed that the way that these awesome streamers think is the way that I've started like thinking, especially in the middle of a game. And it's kind of hard to explain, because when we did the JPL tournament, I did it with Kiffer. I think with me, as you can tell in the TikTok that I made with him, I was like, watch this. And the second I said that, he was like, no, don't go crazy, because if you're gonna show off, like, we're gonna die. Like, don't do that. And that's kind of like pulled me back to be like very reserved with my teammates. Like, that's like one thing that I mean, is that the consistent change of like how I think is really, really helpful, because after I get off stream, really like I think to myself and I start to reflect on what happened during that stream and what I can do better. And I never did that before. I was never able to sit back and think, because when I got off stream, I was always like, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, hold on, I'm going to do this. And so my brain would just go on, firing on all cylinders. And once I started like slowing things down and like realizing, you know what, I'm going to change up my gameplay. I'm going to start doing things a little bit smarter. And that's why I've always envied how Killer plays, is because he sees things that I don't see. And same with Kiff. He sees things that I don't see. I see a player, I'm just going to go after them. I'm not even looking at the player that's aimed a sniper at my head behind me. I'm not worried about it. And I think with me to have that, different type of mindset and to be able to change was huge for me. And I think one of the things that I want to try, especially with you, is doing those what do you call them? Like, what do you call it? Like, what's like the category of Delta Force?
Extraction shooters.
Yeah. I've always wanted to try those, and I've always wanted to like learn from somebody who knows how to play them. So that's why
I want to give myself that much credit.
Hold on. Trust me. I have zero, like I have maybe an hour in that game, maybe an hour. And that's saying something. Now, body cam, that game, super fun. Probably only have like 2 hours in it, because I don't know enough about it, and I don't know enough about like certain scenarios that I'm putting myself in to like be good at that game. I've been practicing so much at like Rocket League and Fortnite that's been the only drive that I've had. So when you asked me on stream, like, hey, we should do an extraction shooter, I like really I got off stream and I was like, oh my God, do you know how fun that would be just to like learn something new and like, kind of change up the way that like maybe it'll change the way I play in Fortnite. Like maybe it'll change
It
the
could, yeah.
way I play in Rocket League. Like just having a different mind going during that game is would be huge. So I very much look forward to playing that game with you because I very much want to play that game. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
we'll figure it out for sure, man.
Yeah.
It's a very different way of thinking. It even varies from the different types of games in the genre. It's very methodical, playing it ahead, because if you do W key, you will get punished for it. Where Fortnite is, you can W key. Granted, there's a strategic into it. But, it's very different ways of playing. I watch there's a guy named Jesse Kazam. He's a big Tarkov guy, and he's been branching off into playing like PUBG and stuff. So he never played battle royales before that. So watching him go the opposite way is actually crazy to see, because he's like, I'm just dying left and right because these guys are saying, like, I don't give a fuck. I see you across the map, and I'm going, and they're just coming after me. Because that's just not how you play. Like,
No.
because you play, it's just, and he's like, it's insane. So he's actually going through the same thing that you are, just in the adverse way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole, like, I know it sounds wild, and I know my community would probably be not very used to change, but if we do play Delta Force, I definitely plan on streaming it because it's new, right? And it's new for me, and people get to see me fail at the game because I have no idea what I'm doing.
I'll take care of you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. You see, you'll carry me in that game, like hard carry. Your back is going to be aching, okay?
As long as you can put the cursor on people's heads, that's all that matters. Yeah, man. We'll definitely have to get that figured out at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a blast to do. But
yes.
I also don't want to take up too much of your time.
No, you're good.
So we'll start wrapping up here, but I do want you to have you on again sometime in the future, because we have a lot more to talk about.
I 100% agree. I think, it's when you asked me to do this, I'm not going to lie, I have told about 50 people that I'm nervous as heck. And
we're just chatting, man.
Yeah. And I think, I honestly do think it's because we've never had like a chat. I don't think we've ever to talk.
We haven't. We're always colliding in other places and streams and stuff. But yeah, we've never played together. We never chatted.
And
when you called me the other day about your computer, that was the first time we actually like talked outside of a stream setting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for me, when I was talking on the phone, I was like, okay, this is Buddy. Like, I know this is Buddy, but I am extremely nervous, even though he can't see me, and I'm also like on my phone. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous today too. Like, this is I don't know, episode 10 maybe of interviews that I've done at this point, and I was actually nervous to get on this, but it's a good nervous. It's like I was excited to do it.
It pushes. Like I said, it pushes you, and it trust me when I tell you, it has been an absolute honor that you asked me to do this, because the new things that I'm getting into, and like the new people that I'm meeting, and it's this type of change is really, really good for like my mental state, and it's very good to like keep it going, because meeting you for the first time today and like actually having a good, genuine conversation is making me more confident to be able to speak with people and maybe be able to answer questions that I've never been asked before and maybe never even thought of. And that was really big for me, because I was like, he's gonna stump me on one question, I know it, but I was like mentally preparing. I was like, I gotta know, I'm gonna be on my shit, I know exactly what I'm gonna say. And then we hopped on, and it just flew out the window. I was like, okay, like, all right, that's definitely not the case. I'm just gonna answer the questions, and then I feel like as we started talking, we got a lot more comfortable, and that's what
100%,
definitely had me like calm, relaxed, answering questions. But also, I feel like this is gonna bring us closer too. Like,
I agree, dude. You're such a cool, like, genuine guy that wanted to get. There's so many more streamers that we're all friends with that like I just don't play Fortnite, so it's hard to
Yeah.
just do co-streams and stuff like that with all these amazing people. But like you've been on the top of my list. Like I need to get to know Wave. I don't care if we don't play the games together, like, but like just on a deeper level, like, you're such a cool, genuine guy. So like I can tell you so many different ideas for content that is just untapped that we can just bounce off each other. Like
I 100% agree.
there's so much to
think,
discover.
I think we should. I think what would be a good idea is doing a little collab. I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be very, very fun because come on, two handsome. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Two handsome young men on Twitch. Come on now.
I mean, at some point, I also need to come back over to Fortnite because of Killer's carry challenge. So
yeah, that's
we'll play some extraction shooters. You get me back into Fortnite and teach me how to play, and we'll be good.
I will be your sensei.
We'll get those games in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, dude, thank you so much for coming on. This has been a great discussion. I
you.
really appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I very much appreciate you inviting me and giving me this amazing opportunity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on in the first place and coming out of, like you said, coming out of your comfort zone and just being a great guest. If you guys have never watched WaveDefender, you're in the wrong. Check them out at twitch.tv/WaveDefender, youtube.com/WaveDefender, and TikTok.com at WaveDefender as well. Do you have Instagram?
I don't. Not anymore.
Not anymore. But maybe one day.
YouTube, TikTok, Twitch.
If you're trying to find him, WaveDefender on any of the socials that he's on. And dude, thank you again for coming on. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.